found a needle in a haystack, honestly. In fact, that's kind of one reason I did join TRI, because I did watch the end of 2017 run up, and then I watched for a full year go all the way back down, and I said, I really want to understand how this stuff goes insanely up and then comes all the way back down. You know, and that's actually where I found you, was on you did that fireside chat, and I remember you talked for like an hour and a half. You were pulling up, you were doing, you know, chart TA and everything, and then you were saying, hey, if anyone wants to learn how to do this, rationalinvestor.com, come on over.
So what we're thinking is very much like this, sort of down, right, and then up like that, right? And of course it should go substantially higher than that old high, right? Way up there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So there should be plenty of money to be made. And as I had said earlier, for a guy like me, all I care is, for heaven's sakes, don't get caught buying the assets up in this part of the cycle. Once the asset has come back down to the reload zone, and I have a general rule, try and make sure to buy at or below the reload zone. Ironically enough, for like nanny nibbles, little old ladies, I have no problem whatsoever little old ladies coming in and just nibbling away, maybe once a month, once every couple months, just picking up a little bit more Bitcoin in here. Because the great part about Bitcoin is it has the built-in deflation, right? So you know that at some point down the road, it will have to be up here just because of the halvening events, right? You cannot make the argument Bitcoin is trading at value, because sadly, I mean, the irony of it all is we all know where value is. There's value way down there. So, I mean, the point here is you cannot make the argument this is value. You cannot. Not even remotely. While we're up here, I'm going to continually remind you that at some point down the road, I do fully expect this thing to come back down to trade at or near value levels. And keep in mind, when the market came down like here, there were tons of, like, you know, the 15s, 13s, 11s, 10s, 9s, and whatever, you know, the numbers that were actually there. That was the cutting edge technology at that point, and they were basically sitting at cost of production. And then, you know, you go through the halvening events, all of a sudden cost of production just jumps. And how ironic, up here at like $60,000, $70,000, you can't even see that that's a doubling, which is so ironic. But that's what this cost of production study does. And so my hunch, and I say this every single week, you want to buy value in Bitcoin. I've been watching this thing like a hawk for the past 10 years now, it seems. No, 8 years. You want to buy value, you just simply wait till about 1 year prior to the halvening event. You know, so if you go April 20, you go back to April 19. So March, April 19. It's just that simple. Is if you do listen to this and you do follow this, we're still probably a good $5,000-$10,000 overvalued even right now. You know, what I'm worried about is that this is another one of these kind of scenarios where everybody's going to be sort of lulled into thinking, yeah, you know, 18, 17, 18, 19,000, that's our floor. And then, boom, one more final puke out down into that $9,000, $10,000 number, and that ultimately marks our floor.
I wanted to learn how to do it, you know, and I said, I could probably learn from this guy. It has changed my life in many ways, actually. And I found TRI, and it's just like, oh, here, this is it right here.